Welcome back, 5-9 gamers, for another edition of the Dokkan Battle podcast. This one's going to be a little bit different. Your boy is going to be doing it solo dolo, but that's okay. We're going to have a grand time. This is the 43rd episode. A baby on the way, and we'll use that to transition directly into the first topic, which is that a new Dokkan Fest baby is going to be coming soon to JP Dokkan. It was leaked by a very reliable source, I seriously and the French data miners, that baby is going to be the next JP Dokkan Fest. I think this is very good for the game. Baby is probably, if not the most deserving character for a Dokkan Fest like boss event that doesn't have one. If he's not the most deserving, he's definitely within, I would say, like the top 5 bare minimum. Just like another one off the top of my head, I think God Goku definitely deserves one. Demon King Piccolo deserves one. Just a couple of other characters that should also get some at some point soon in the future. Baby will be good because it's going to continue the sort of like GT theme that they're pushing. You know, they introduced GT bosses as a category. Now they can make it a lot better. I actually would like if Baby would be a GT bosses leader, by the way, even though we do have LR Super 17 currently as a GT bosses leader. Super 17, man, he just doesn't have the big bad bosses link, which Baby typically does. So I think for a number of reasons, Baby can function better as a leader there. No really ideas or guesses on like what a new category he could introduce is. Maybe like villainous Saiyans, like, you know, maybe like Goku Black units, Broly units, Baby and stuff like that could be on there. For a secondary leader skill, he has many categories that would be really good, right? Inhuman Deeds has never gotten a real leader. Revenge could use an actual villain leader. Final Trump Card could use a villain leader. Like, you know, Kuroda Body and Mind could use another one. Like, you just go through a lot of the categories Baby is on. A lot of them would be helped by having Baby as a leader, right? Now, one thing, too, about Baby is no real details yet on which version of Baby this is going to be. Remember that he does have like 50 different forms, and then he has all of the different possessed characters, right? Possessed Goten, Trunks, Bulma, like, you know, all the characters outside of like Mr. Satan, Oob, Goku get like basically possessed by Baby. So, you know, in terms of like a big celebration, like a Baby celebration would work because we could get like a plethora of free-to-play units, right? You know, maybe the banner unit could be like a Baby Bulma card, who would be, you know, a strong unit. Maybe she like supports Corroded Body and Mind, like, and Peppy Gals or something like that, right? Like, she could be a very solid unit to buff several different category teams. I do like Baby Bulma potentially as a banner unit. Again, we're not really too sure if we're going to see our boy Baby take like the Great Ape transformation in here. Because remember, when he goes Great Ape, that's what gets him onto a couple of categories that need help. Giant form, probably Final Trump Card. I think Baby would only be on that with the Great Ape version. And then Great Ape Power. It would definitely be nice to get a new character added to those. Remember that Dokkan does like to buff category teams as well that have just recently gotten either Extreme Super Battle Road stages or regular Super Battle Road stages. And we did just get the Extreme Giant Form stage, right? So, like, if we're able to use this Baby next to LR Baby in the Extreme Giant stage, that certainly could help out well. So, I'm definitely looking forward to this, man. A new Baby in Dokkan is going to be very good, right? And this should take us into the worldwide download celebration, which, you know, we had previous leaks talking about a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Omega Shenron. I think the chances are going to be very good that we will see them for the worldwide download celebration. All right, so next, we can talk about LR Janemba, right? LR Janemba was recently released on JP Dokkan, and he is very, very good. I do think LR Janemba is without question a top 10 unit in the game, and he's either the best villain unit in Dokkan or he's like the second best villain unit in Dokkan. I think LR STR Broly, you could definitely make a very strong case that he is still the best villain in the game, but this Janemba is ridiculously powerful. He has a very good link set. a weakness is he's not on a lot of category teams, but the good thing about the category teams that he is on, movie bosses just got an extreme, category Super Battle Road stage. Transformation Boost also just got an extreme category stage. Exploding Rage, right, just got a normal Super Battle Road stage for the first time. And then Corroded Body and Mind, his final category, he actually will help a lot for that GT Legendary Goku event mission where you have to use a full Corroded Body and Mind team. So even though Janemba is only on a few different category teams, there's a lot of new difficult content that Janemba is going to very, very much really be able to contribute to quite a bit, right? I like this Janemba a lot. Personally, I have to link level him a little bit more before I can make like a real solid, like, oh, he's top 5, he's this number exactly, sort of in my head, because you got to get Big Bad Bosses to level 10 before you can really see like one of these Big Bad Bosses characters' true potential. But I mean, this guy is really good. I think he is definitely deserving of being a ridiculously major, powerful, like premium unit release in 2021. This LR Janemba, at least the way I feel, is that he kind of is exactly what a lot of people wanted out of an LR Janemba. And then, of course, that nullifying super attack effect of his is sick. It's very satisfying. Even though the ability is basically just like a worse version of dodge, it is really, really cool to get that little animation play and then Janemba give that little smirk. I absolutely adore LR Janemba. A real fantastic unit. Okay. So next, we'll go ahead and move on. The 40th JP World Tournament was just out on JP Dokkan. It just completed yesterday. It was brutal as always. I saw the numbers, and this was the most competitive World Tournament, at least within the last 10 World Tournaments that I saw. I think that's twofold. One, of course, is LR Tao, very deserving of getting an LR, right? And he's going to help out a lot of, sort of like smaller teams that need the help. Right, Dragon Ball Seekers, Dragon Ball Saga, Earthling, all of those getting a nice buff will be very, very good, right? And then, of course, the reward Gohan as well. The two cards, between Tao and Gohan, I think a lot of people were going very, very hard. So let's start by talking about Tao. Mercenary Tao is good, right? But I definitely am going to want to see some more, like, time with him. I think he's a character that we really need to see these categories he's on get buffed a little bit more, but he's sort of like a good, strong, free-to-play character to add to some of these categories to help legitimize them a little bit more. But, something like Dragon Ball Saga, we need a top-tier Dokkan Fest exclusive or a Dokkan Fest exclusive LR or something like that added to one of these categories. And then maybe that could help Mercenary Tao out quite a bit. I think this LR Tao, if there was a better Cyborg Tao, right? Like if they gave Cyborg Tao like a Dokkan Fest or something like that, and then you could run Cyborg Tao and Mercenary Tao together, that would probably be really, really interesting, right? Because again, this Tao unit is good. Even though he has a bunch of flat numbers all over his kit, like once you're able to get a lot of orbs with him, his damage and his defense are going to be very good. I feel like you're going to see like, you're not actually going to visibly see it, but this guy's going to be at like 400k plus defense a lot of the time, I'm thinking. Tao, as sort of like the real first major antagonist that Goku fights, definitely is a good option for this World Tournament LR. So we also got an Awakening for Mighty Mask. I don't really need to spend too much time talking about Mighty Mask. I mean, he's a fine Awakening. I do think some other characters like High School Gohan I definitely prefer over this Mighty Mask. One thing that's very annoying about this Mighty Mask card, by the way, is he's only on 2 category teams, World Tournament and Majin Buu Saga, but like it's 2 hybrid Super Saiyans. So they should be on hybrid Saiyans, they should be on Super Saiyans. It's just, I mean, this unit, I mean, you never know, like you potentially could get some value out of them, even in like a Super Saiyan category stage or something like that, because this unit gets guaranteed dodge when you fall below 50% HP, and then another turn of guaranteed dodge if you fall below 30% HP. That's a powerful ability. A lot of global players have now been able to utilize into UI Goku's EZA, and you guys, should have been able to see how powerful 100% chance to dodge on a turn can be. So this Mighty Mask unit definitely can have some value. I mean, the World Tournament category is, within the top 5 worst in the game, probably. So any buffs to that would definitely be good. Next, we have the reward card itself, the Tech Gohan from the Cell Games filler. This Gohan, I would probably argue as the best World Tournament reward card because he has extreme value in a certain type of event, and that is long content. Infinite Dragon Ball history stages, as well as like, GT Legendary Goku event, Vegeta Legendary event, which is coming up as well, normal Legendary Goku event. This Gohan is going to dominate. He's a defensive stacking character. He gets damage reduction against one enemy. I think this Gohan is going to be very, very good. I think he's going to put up reasonable attack stat numbers for how defensive of a wall he's going to be. And then one thing that really makes this guy like extra good, right? Because just like, he's a defensive stacker on the Goku family team. Who cares, right? But the thing that makes him very strong and very interesting to me is his presence on the youth category team, the Android/Cell Saga team, Bond of Master and Disciple, Rapid Growth, Heavenly Events. A lot of these are very small teams that really could use this type of character, right? Like, in the future, there's going to be some Infinite Dragon Ball history stage where you're going to need, like, Rapid Growth characters or something like that. And this Gohan would be an ideal option, right? This Gohan is good. This Tech Super Saiyan Gohan right here. So, like, he was definitely a very, very good, I think, World Tournament reward card. We got a new unit as well added to the Dragon Ball Saga banner summons. This is an STR Goku. This is from the 23rd World Tournament, when Goku is first shown to sort of like, be like a grown-up now. He's like an adult, right? This Goku is actually pretty solid. He has the chance to super attack like 4 times. I think he's a pretty good unit. It does trigger me still that they decided to make the Dragon Ball Saga. Remember, it's called Dragon Ball Saga on Global. But remember, on JP, it is called the Boyhood Saga, right? Which only goes up until the 23rd World Tournament, right? The final characters on the Boyhood Saga are, like Kid Goku that kills Demon King Piccolo, and then Demon King Piccolo himself, right? Those are the only 2 units, like the last 2 units before it becomes the 23rd World Tournament. And then the characters from the 23rd World Tournament, they do not count on the Dragon Ball Saga team. I really wish they would like change that. That would be very good, as if they just changed it to actual Dragon Ball Saga and then added the 23rd World Tournament characters to it, because I feel like the major Dokkan Fest exclusives we would ever see, besides the Demon King Piccolo, who does deserve it, would be Goku and Piccolo from this 23rd World Tournament. And as it stands right now, they wouldn't even be on Dragon Ball Saga. So it was just a very boneheaded, moronic decision by Dokkan to sort of split that off like that, right? Because this Goku you get from the Dragon Ball Saga banner, but he's not on the Dragon Ball Saga category, right? Now, again, it's only called Dragon Ball Saga on Global, but on JP, right, it is called the Boyhood Saga, sure, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like, we have units that are on this Dragon Ball Saga banner that are not, like, on that stupid category. So I really wish that they would sort of adjust that. But this Goku is good. They've been adding a lot of units to the Dragon Ball Saga category of late, and that Dragon Ball banner, which is good. Like, pretty much every World Tournament feels like they're getting, like, new units added to it, which, is nice to get some of these new characters added to it. Okay, so next, we could talk about a number of EZAs that have arrived on JP Dokkan recently. There is Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. There is the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, as well as the Super Saiyan Vegeta. The Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 are an exceptional unit. I would strongly advise all, global players, JP players, get all these hero and villain extermination event characters done. Make sure to completely get them done so that you are ready to do the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 EZA. I know it is a pain to farm up those medals, but I think LR Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 are going to be a very powerful unit on, basically any team that they're on, right? Boo Saga, Movie Hero, Join Forces, Special Pose, Defender of Justice. Their Superclass Allies 4 key and 50% defense is an exceptional ability that I absolutely love from them. They're going to help make a lot of those teams work very good. This unit can seal on their 12 key. Their defense is going to be very good. You're going to see a lot of value from this Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 unit, a lot, I think. Definitely deserving of being one of these sort of like LR EZAs for sure. I think they're up there in the same, sort of class as like LR Pan and Prime Battle Frieza and stuff like that. I think Roshi is just completely like a step above, but Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 are definitely very, very good. The Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, now he is very, very strong. He is exactly what is needed for the Kamehameha team and some other category teams that he's on. He can help out quite a bit. He gives 2 key and 35% attack and defense, along with just, like reasonable attack stats and good defensive stats. This Gohan is very basic, but he is very, very good. With his introduction to the Kamehameha team, I now just see that as like pretty much the definitive best team in the game at this point after this Tanabata celebration. With him added, with LR Tech Gogeta and STR Vegeta on it, UI Goku is still in the category, STR UI Goku's on the category, right? You have all this power. I think the Kamehameha team, with how big it is, how fat it is, how good all the characters are, it's just, it's pretty nuts how good the Kamehameha team is. And the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is a major option for that team. Then we also have the Super Saiyan Vegeta. Now, I actually think he's pretty mid. I feel like he's the worst by far out of the 10 Tanabata EZA units that we've gotten during this celebration. He is a villain unit. Remember, that's very important to remember, right? He's not a hero unit. He does buff teams that need it, like, Vegeta Family and Android Cell Saga, sure. But, like, his abilities, his stats just aren't really that impressive, considering all he's really able to offer is, like, damage, good defense. His damage kind of sucks. Like, it's in 2 million attack stats nowadays. I mean, if you're a unit that just came out and you're in the 2 million range, like, you're fodder unless you're doing a big other things, right? Like Gohan, is able to give that monster support type buff, right? He's also able to get chances to dodge and crit, like, as the fight continues on. Vegeta's just shooting out 2 million attack stats, and that's pretty much it. He does debuff the enemy's attack by 40%, which is ultra powerful, but it only lasts for that turn. So it's so limited. It's going to be very difficult to make uses out of it. I mean, you could definitely be like a free-to-play player, and I could see this Vegeta, like, being the reason you could beat, like, some Super Battle Road stage or something like that in the future, for sure. But as it stands to reason, I think this Vegeta is far behind a lot of the other EZAs that have dropped recently on JP Dokkan. And then the final thing we will be talking about is, of course, part 2 of the global 6-year anniversary is here. We have a top legendary summon banner that literally just dropped tonight on Global Dokkan, which has 2 major LR characters on it, the LR Team Universe 7 unit and then the LR Golden Frieza and 17 unit. Both of these LRs are definitely very good. The problem is that they are limited in the categories that they're on, because they're these joined forces type characters with just, like characters that don't share a lot of categories and links and stuff like that, which makes them a little bit wonky, right? Like, typically Frieza units don't have the same type of link set as like 17 and stuff like that, right? So you're led with like, Brainiacs and, some like sort of like odd links on some of these characters. They're both very good, but the fact that they are mostly restricted to the Reps of Universe 7 team should tell you all you need to hear. Obviously, Reps of Universe 7 is, one of the best teams in the game, definitely within, like, the top 5, I'm sure. But, like, you just have so many ridiculous options that both of these LRs are just very unnecessary, I would say, for a lot of the global player base out there. If you happen to get UI Goku or Evolution Blue Vegeta, right, the free-to-play units coming in Part 3, Tien and Roshi, Physical UI, LR Roshi are really, really capable options. And, they will hold your Reps of Universe 7 team over. The anniversary, the 6th anniversary, was very, very well done. Then, finally, there are going to be rainbow tickets. Everyone knows about the rainbow tickets. Every question ever has been, when can I use my rainbow tickets? Where can I get more rainbow tickets? What do they do? How do I do them? What? The tickets are very good, right? They create a replica of the top legendary summon banner, the UI Goku banner, and the LR Evolution Blue Vegeta banner. Feel free to use, the tickets on whichever one you choose, right? Because it is just free summons that really can get you one of the major units. On my JP account, I did get Team Universe 7 from the thank you tickets. And then on my global account, I was able to get a copy of AGL UI Goku. with these tickets. So they are very good. So, hey, have fun. Dokkan, the more like tickets summons that Dokkan gives out, the better, right? Because there's nothing better than getting free LRs. So, all right, we will take a slight break, just a short intermission, and then we will come back and we will take a couple questions from chat. All right, we are back. We'll take a few questions from chat, and then we will finish up with this, the 43rd episode of the Dokkan podcast. So, Meta Vegeta 10 asks, Yo, Truthy Pookie Bear, you think in the future they could easy A previously easy A'd characters? Because if they don't, that Vegeta and so many other units are going to be bad, basically. I do not think so. I think characters that are easy A'd, like, that's that. I think, like, as soon as we get that easy A, like, that's what they are for like, the remainder of the game. They did make a lot of very old characters relevant, but I think there's limits to it. They still want you to get new characters, summon new characters, spend money on stones to get new characters, right? Like, they'll buff some old ones, but I don't think to expect repeated buffs, right? So a unit like in LR Gohan is very, very good, but I don't think we're going to be seeing him get additional easy A's coming up anytime soon or anything like that. Poor LR Gohan will probably age out within the year. The King, too, says, Hi, Truth, why do you always put Tech Gogeta in the worst situation possible and Vegito in the best situation possible just to make Vegito look better? I don't do that. Okay, Memphis69 with a question says, do you think they release GT Goku and Vegeta on both versions to prepare for the worldwide celebration? Because on JP, the Golden Week units always first return on those banners. Yeah, Memphis, I do think that's very possible. I think it was sort of a strategy that, like, Akatsuki, was sort of thinking of, that they could create these characters, the GT Dokkan Fest Goku and Vegeta, who are ridiculously good. They're on both versions, right? So both versions have some time to build up their GT hero teams, leading into the worldwide celebration with the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, right? Who, is going to look really good next to those Dokkan Fest Goku and Vegeta units, right? And then, yeah, like you said, I think both Global and JP could potentially see those Golden Week units return on those banners, which is crazy because, like last year, like Gotenks and Exchange Buu already sucked, basically, by the time those banners came out, right? Whereas this year, you could make the case that, like, GT Goku or GT Vegeta are, like, the best Dokkan Fest CUR in the game. They're that good. So I would make those banners ridiculously good. Sun Goku 59 says, do you think Nas will ever play Dokkan again? I think we could definitely get him, a stream at least from him.
I don't know. I re-downloaded it, and apparently I failed to properly link it to my Google or Facebook or whatever, so my account got nuked.
Wow.
I mean, it's not like I really had anything that great anyway. Like, I just pulled my first Tech Vegeta Blue for the first time.
He's gonna be good soon.
Well,
all right, well, anyway.
Continue.
Okay. All right. Jonathan R5000 says, Truth, what leader skill, not including the new category he leads. Okay. So Jonathan is asking which category should Baby lead that needs it the most? And he lists a couple, like Revenge, Inhuman Deeds. I think Inhuman Deeds would be a very good team with a real leader. Like some of those, like, Super Saiyan Goku Blacks, like the AGL one, like he's a strong, like, villain support type unit, and you've got a lot of really good characters like, Bojack and Broly and stuff like that. Inhuman Deeds will be a good team. It just needs an official leader, not like the LR Vegeta and Nappa. So, like, if Baby was, say, again, a new category, let's just say it's like, I don't know, Evil Saiyans, right? Just sort of like the one I'm just throwing out for now. And then also Inhuman Deeds. Baby could be a pretty good leader for sure. Let me see. Well, the King, too, asked another question. Do I think version Z is coming for worldwide? I don't personally think so, no. That would be a great time to release it, right? With both Global and JP getting it at the same time. But I don't think version Z is honestly even close. The fact that they've said nothing about it, they've been completely tight-lipped. They, mentioned it during the Dragon Ball Battle Hour and then have never even referenced it or anything since, shows me that whatever they're working on, they're probably still got some time until it's going to come. All right, we'll do one more. Mochi Boy 2000 says global and JP merger soon on Dokkan with a question mark, since One Piece Treasure Cruise is merging their versions. I don't know. I mean, if One Piece Treasure Cruise is doing it, I know they recently did it, I believe, at the Korean server as well, I think. That is interesting, right? Because obviously Bandai does publish both games, but it's hard to say. I personally do think a global NGP merger would be very good for, like, I think the health of the community. I think a lot of people would be much more happier if, like, you know, it's like, okay, they reveal, you know, LR transforming, fusing Super Gogeta, and then he's on global NGP at the same time, right? I saw many global players, like, bummed, like, no, like, oh, he's coming in December, like, I want to skip anniversary for this Gogeta now, right? Things like that, moments like that wouldn't exist anymore. If that was going to be the case and the versions were merged. But, you know, there's other factors, too. Would Global still get the global exclusive tickets and JP doesn't get them? Hard to say. Maybe they just add those tickets to JP as well, so it'd be very beneficial for JP players, too. Like, there's a lot of factors into it. I personally don't mind slowing JP down a little bit and exponentially speeding up global, getting the games catched up. Again, I think that would benefit everyone the most if the games were caught up. I think it would just lead to a healthier game overall, right? But we'll see, right? If they have plans to do that. Potentially, I guess version Z could do that. But I mean, we really are in the sort of like realm with version Z where it's like you could say literally anything. Oh, they're going to have HD card arts. They're going to redo the sprites, right? Like, they're going to fix the friend system. You can say anything about version Z, and it's like, I don't know, maybe, right? Like, it's hard to say exactly what version Z is going to have. But if Global and JP merged in the future, I would be very, very for that, right? Because you could easily just have both versions celebrate JP's anniversary in January, and then both versions celebrate Global's anniversary in July, right? So that's how you do it. So they still keep Global's anniversary where it is. They keep JP's anniversary where it is. Both versions celebrate them at the same time. It's like, it's not rocket science, Akatsuki. Like, it's very, very basic, very easy to do, very easy to implement. I think it would benefit them a lot overall in the long run. So there we go, 5-9 gamers. There was the 43rd episode of the Dokkan podcast. I assume next week we will have a few additional members on, but I feel like we did fine here.
Wait.
Let us know what you think.
You got to call Guillermo a bum because he only does singles. Do it.
Nah, so I was wrapping up the
yeah, but you got to do this first, podcast. Then wrap it up.
You threw my rhythm out of whack. Like, what if I just don't even remember what I was saying?
Your rhythm is unthrow-offable. Call Guillermo a bum, because for doing
all right,
singles.
Guillermo, you're a bum!
There you go.
Right, anyway, 5-9 gamers, we appreciate y'all coming out. Thank you for supporting. We love y'all. And we will see y'all next week for the next Dokkan Battle podcast.
There you go, Antonio. I got you covered. All right. Peace out, everybody.